welcome to the third Facebook Live session of our Optimise video series 2017. So I'm here again in Creative New Zealand's offices. It's great to be here with you all, and thanks for joining in and watching. Today we're going to be talking about social media engagement and how to measure it over the course of two sessions, this being the first. So today we're going to focus on Facebook and Twitter, and then on our next session, which is 23rd of May, another Tuesday, we're going to be focusing on Instagram and YouTube. So there's a lot to share about social media engagement. We wanted to hone in on a couple of channels, and these are the four channels that New Zealand arts organisations are using most commonly. But if you're using other platforms, which like LinkedIn or Vimeo, Pinterest, Snapchat, Tumblr, any others, the general principles apply. And we're going to be talking today about what we call the native analytics dashboards, which are the analytics reporting within the platforms themselves rather than any other social media dashboards like Hootsuite or Sprout Social that you may have. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments and we'll be answering them as soon as we can. So, social media engagement. Well, we are all working in the field of audience development. We are all trying to engage with audiences and build audience relationships. So these audience relationships we ultimately hope will result in things like participation, attendance, whether that be new or repeat, obviously revenue, money, sales, donations, deepening appreciation of the art form, and also people becoming loyal advocates. And so we're thinking now about long-term relationships in the arts. Those social media platforms are really great for supporting this. And why we want to measure engagement is because we want people to be active and not passive social media participants. So the more active they are, the more engaged they are, and the more we can utilise the platforms to build audience relationships. So why is it really important to measure? Well, it's a return on our investment. So social media channels may be free in an organic sense, and advertising may be low cost, but it's still an investment of time. So your staff may be spending many hours, or you may be spending many hours on social media. You need to know that it's working. You want to maximise this incredible opportunity to engage with arts audiences on social media. Keep yourself accountable. So you want to be tracking and measuring to make sure you don't sort of drop off and lose enthusiasm for what you're doing. And content that engages is content that is resonating with an audience. So it's content that you want to do more of, and that's going to feed your success. And knowing who engages with your social media channels is going to give you valuable audience insights. So before you start, there are three things that I want you to know. First of all, the purpose and goals of each of your social media channels. So we do a thing called a channel plan where we actually map out the purpose, the tone of voice, the content, and specific targets for each social media channel that you have. Really important to do that so you know what you're measuring and why. The second is defining the questions you need the answers for, whether it's who's engaging, what they're engaging with, which content they're enjoying, how they're engaging, and when they're engaging. And that's going to really help you understand what you're going into the data to find. And then you need to understand what insights are available within the platform, because it's variable depending on the social media platform. And that's what today is about, trying to help you understand. So we're going to start with Facebook. So what are the key Facebook engagement metrics? Facebook has a huge amount of data and they're developing their analytics all the time. So this really is the showcase social media platform for analytics. So you have page level engagement, which is your Facebook page. You can look primarily at likes and actions at that level. And then when you go down to post level, you can look at reactions. And we know that reactions now are more granular than they used to be, like love, wow, haha, sad and angry. Comments, shares and clicks. Event engagement, so when you put events on Facebook, you can look at responses to the event and also event actions like clicking on a buy tickets now button. There's also negative engagement, which is important to be aware of. So you've got metrics like hides, reported spam, and unlike page, and these things are really important to understand. So if your content is causing people to go hide or report a spam, you've got a real problem. And then video engagement analytics coming in now to Facebook, which is great. So you can look at things like minutes viewed, average watch time. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this actually and the difference between them. So if someone's liking a post, it's an endorsement. It means that they're saying, this content is great, I approve of it, makes me feel good, etc. I agree with it. Comments is about a conversation. Shares is when they really feel that inspired that they're willing to share the content either with all their followers, with their own friends, or with an individual friend or in a group that they belong to. And clicks is when they're actively, they're not just, the content's not just passing through their newsfeed, they're actually stopping and clicking somewhere on the post. So I think you can think about the different types of audience engagement that's coming out of these responses. So where do you find the data in Facebook? I'm sure most of you already know about this and are using Insights. Facebook Insights is at the top of your Facebook page, right at the top next to publishing tools and notifications. And when you go in there, you have to have a Facebook page to get Insights, and you have to be an administrator of the page to access them. And I break Facebook Insights into 3 levels, and I think often people get stuck on this level. So there's the overview. So when you head to open up Facebook Insights, it defaults to a dashboard style overview, and it's giving you some really good top level metrics like page likes, page views, page reach, the actions on the page, so that's things like clicking on your website address, post engagements, and video views. It's also giving you a really, really useful thing, which you may not know about, which is pages to watch, where you can add any of your competitors or peers or those you're inspired by, their pages in here, and then you can watch particular engagement and growth metrics and compare them to your own. Fantastic tool to set up. Then you've got, the next level is the menu items, I call them, and the menu items are where you go into more depth, but it's still quite visual, graphical reporting. Some of it's quite dynamic, you can move it around the graphs and things, but it's very much presented as graphs in a really visual way. And so these are the things here that, and I'll just quickly take you through each of these and what it gives you. So promotions is obviously about your advertising. I'm just going to leap past this right now, so just talking mostly about organic engagement right now. Likes gives you, as well as the number of likes to the page, it also gives you the net likes, so it subtracts the people who unliked, and where the likes happened, so whether it was in ads, on desktop and mobile, etc. Reach is gives you some really good data in there on the reactions, and also those negative reactions like hide and unlike, etc., reported spam. Page views gives total views, the total people who viewed, and goes by the section of the page, and goes quite into the demographics of who's viewing your page. Actions on page are things like clicking on your website address or phone number. Posts is really, really important. That's why I got a tick there, because it goes into the engagement of your individual posts. And it ranks them by reach and engagement, and it has 2 engagement measures, clicks, and reactions, comments, and shares is the other one. And you can sort and do all sorts of things on each post and see what's really, really working. Events gives you some really useful stuff on anything you set up as an event. And people gives you great insights into who is following your page, but not only that, which of those people are engaging with your page, which is much more important. And then a couple more here, which we probably don't use as much, but local gives you some really great stuff on who is around your location, particularly if you're a venue or a museum or something like that, or a shop, whatever. So there's some great stuff in there, but what I really want you to encourage you to do is to export the data. So exporting from the overview page enables you to export really detailed data in its raw form in a CSV or Excel file, and from there you can manipulate the data a lot more and play around with it and manually really get some true insights. So that's a really quick whistle-stop tour of Facebook Insights, and yeah, I want you to go in there and really have a look and do that exporting the data and see what's in there in the different tabs. And what does get engagement on Facebook? Videos, images and questions by far get more engagement than anything else. I was looking at a dance company, Insights, last night, and their top 10 posts from the last 28 days were all videos and images. So there you go. Educate and entertain people, make human connections, post when your audience are active, because you can find that in there too, and get your posting frequency right, so not too much, not too little. Engage with other brands, so that other companies, influencers, artists, etc. And keep your posts short. And then I say test, try and experiment and measure using, you have to just keep trying to see what works for your audience. So, onto Twitter, because I'm racing through our time here. So Twitter engagement metrics are not as detailed as Facebook, but you can get some really good stuff. So at an account level, you can look at followers, impressions, which is views, likes and mentions. They summarize likes and mentions. You can see the likes on other people's Twitter feeds as well publicly, so you can kind of do a bit of comparative analysis there. And then at tweet level engagement, which is really important, you've got clicks, likes, retweets and replies. So clicks are anywhere they click in the post, so hashtags, links, avatars, and even when they expand the tweet to open it out. Likes are when they endorse the tweet with a like. Retweets are when, this is the holy grail, when they actually are prepared to republish it on their own account. And replies is when they're engaging with you in conversation. So again, like Facebook, they're different types of engagement. And depending on your goals and what you're trying to achieve with your channel, different metrics will be important to you. So you may not know, but if you have a Twitter account and you're logged in and you go to analytics.twitter.com, you're going to get some great insights in there. And you're going to get, there's 3 tabs which give you different types of insights. The home is like a dashboard view, which defaults to 28 days and compares to the previous, and gives you some really good monthly highlights. The top tweet, the top mention, the top follower, and the top media tweet. And it sort of summarizes the monthly tweet impressions, and then as you scroll down you can see the previous month. So it's a great snapshot. The tweets is where you get really into the individual tweet engagement, and you get 2 metrics there, engagements and engagement rate. And out of there you can export data again and start to manipulate it manually. And then you have audiences, which gives you a real sense of the demographics, lifestyle, behaviour, whether they're on mobile, etc., of your audiences. And you can then filter that by either all Twitter, your followers, or your organic audience, so you know how you get more reach through your followers. So there's some really great stuff in there. I really recommend going in there. And what's getting engagement on Twitter? So we're on Twitter all the time. Photos in the stream and the posts are getting heaps of engagement, and apparently, where did I see the stat? Now I can't find it. Yes, there we go. Some studies have shown that posting more images on Twitter can increase your engagement by 200%. So I definitely see that photos make a difference. Choose your posting times carefully, and you will get, start experimenting, because you'll find quite a difference of time of day when you're going to get response, and it's going to depend on your audience. Be real on Twitter, don't be promotional, be really real. Include a link. Apparently images with links can get up to 86% more retweets. I'm not sure about that, but a link makes a difference. And then engage with others, because it's all about quality, not quantity on Twitter now. So spend your time on an individual tweet and @tag people in the tweet. So if you're tweeting from an event, for example, You can tag in the photo up to 10 Twitter accounts, so pick the people who are at the event, tag them, they're much more likely to retweet or engage. And hashtags obviously connect you with others interested in the topic, but use them judiciously. Try and limit it to 2 per tweet. These are just some basic rules. A lot of information there. What would I suggest as your next steps? I would say go, if you haven't already, or if you're using it only at the top level, delve into Facebook Insights and Twitter Analytics. Determine your goals and measures of success, so you know what you're looking for. And then pick some priority engagement metrics. Familiarise yourself with the reports that are available. Remembering to export the reports and really have a look at them. And then check those dashboard sort of views on Facebook and Twitter are really, really great for starting to get really familiar with how you're performing. So just go in there, force yourself to go in there daily and look at those overview metrics and understand what they mean and get a real sense of what's happening on a day-to-day basis. And also, after you've posted things, go in and look at the post metrics. Get into a habit of doing that. And then understand what content engages. Try and articulate to yourself, looking at, say, the last few months of metrics, what content is engaging most, and then commit to doing more of the same. So that's all we have today. I think we've gone a bit over time. Thanks everyone for joining us, and for those of you who are watching later, and we look forward to seeing you at the next session on Tuesday 23rd of May, where we'll do YouTube and Instagram. Thanks a lot.